Hello guys, welcome to the latest episode of Every Platform, and it is quite early in the morning today. It's nearly 7:30 and we're here at Wicklow station. This is the last Every Platform from Ireland just for now, and 3. Today we're doing the Rosslare line to Rosslare Europort. We're also going to be visiting a couple other stations on the way today too, so quite a few. Now this station is a passing loop for the line to Rosslare. Wicklow is in the county called County Wicklow as well, and you see just up there's like a little building just next to the footbridge. It's an old signal cabin that used to be used quite a lot for the semaphore signals that used to run here, but now it's operated under the mini CTC system, which is basically like our version of LEDs, kind of, which operates the signalling now here. So that ceased in 2008, so semaphores were here until then, and now we've got the mini CTC system, which we talked about on the Waterford trip. Yeah, so the station has a couple of bus links as well, local link 183 and also the 133, which we just got off of. So yeah, that is basically the station. So today's plan, like I say, is we're going to finish at Rosslare Europort. That's the last station today. And if you just check out any updates on trips and posts, please check out my Facebook group and also check out my Instagram, KTVvids. So we'll talk more about other stations as we go. This station, like I say, is known for being the passing loop on the line, or one of them anyway. So yeah, so without further ado, that's all the intro, and our next stop after Wicklow is Killcoole, so I'll update you when a train arrives. Okay, now riding is going to be on train which takes us to Killcoole. I think we've got a class 29,000 on this one. Indeed it is. 29,103. Another new train for doing to experience, so I'll update you when we get to Killcoole. Right, we've now made it to Killcoole. And off goes 29,103, heading off to Dundalk from Rosslare Europort. That one is. It's a very early morning train. Now, this station is Killcoole. This station is a single track station and is right by the sea. Goodness, it looks really nice. Very coastal station, except unfortunately the weather is not on our side here, so that's the only downside to it. But yeah, also in the video, as predicted, is Irish transport enthusiast. He was very tired. Just a bit, aren't you?
A little bit.
So yeah. Yes, you did. Anyway, so I'll update you shortly. Right, so bottom of the station here, just go up onto the single track. So this station doesn't get a massive amount of trains. It's trains basically in the morning they go to Dublin, in the evening they go towards Rosslare. So some, you know, there will be like maybe the odd one on train or two that will go towards Rosslare during the day, but I imagine most of it is evening.
Yeah, none of the afternoon ones serve here.
Yeah, so Killcoole is actually not very well served at all, because even if the ones during the day run, they don't stop here. So noticeable here as well is it's got a pretty old departure screen which doesn't work.
Another one down there.
And then there is another one which is just down here, which I'm going to show you quickly, which also doesn't work. There is also a manual level crossing here which leads out towards the beach, and this station is, even though it's raining, has absolutely no shelter. It's a shelterless station, which you don't really say often, but this one is. Even Pilning's done a better job. This one here, just no information whatsoever, and there's the entrance down there, so it's step free. It's a very old station. This one does not get a lot of service at all, but yeah, we'll talk more about the station. We have some time here, so if there's anything else we can find out, I'll let you know. For now, this is Killcoole. Okay, so next station we've arrived into is Greystones, and yeah, we just got off a bus from Killcoole. We went to have a hot chocolate, which is quite nice, and it was very, very nice as well. A place called Nicky's Village Market. It's a very nice little place in Killcoole. So if any Irish viewers have been there or end up in there, I recommend it. Anyway, so yeah, we're just at the bus stop just outside Greystones station, and just going to go inside and have a look. The station building isn't really all that, in my opinion. It's obviously, it looks like it's built in with a house, which is all right, probably the station master's. Obviously it's got a little bit of visitor information. It's by the coast, which a lot of these stations will be. But yeah, we're sort of near to Bray. That's where we are at the moment. Greystones is not a million miles away from Bray, I don't think, is it?
10 minutes.
Huh?
It's about 10 minutes on that.
10 minutes, yeah, okay, fair enough. So we'll head inside and we'll go have a around the station. Right, so this station is Greystones. Now, the station is, again, another one right by the coast, and it is also the start point of the Dart route, which runs over to, how'd you say it? Is it Hove? That was it, Hove. Yeah, so it goes that way. So the Dart route starts here, so that's formed of some electric units, which are known as, which ones?
The class 8100s and the 8600/8520s.
Right, so there you go. So we might see one during our wait here. Actually, we will. Yeah, there's another one in about 25 minutes, so we will see that. That'll go to Hove. Now, Noah here knows this area very well, considering, what was it?
School's located.
Yeah, you go to school here. So Noah knows exactly what this area is like. Go on, do you want to say anything about it?
It's alright.
Yeah?
It's good enough. Does the job, I guess.
Do you know?
Just wish that this timings for my courses most days actually suited the time I finished school, but there we go.
Oh, they don't. Doesn't work very well then. Doesn't coincide very well, let's say.
Not really.
It's not great.
Wednesday I missed one by about 3 minutes.
Oh.
And it's nearly 45-minute wait.
Yeah, just for context, it's half day, isn't it? So he has to wait longer on a Wednesday, isn't it?
Yes.
So not great, but at least you've got a service here, so that's the main thing, even if it isn't that helpful at the best of times. Obviously, it's also the leap card is valid here, so you can use that.
So like, there's also kind of like a this would normally be used as like a sort of like night gate if like the main ticket office was closed.
Yeah, but the illogical.
Anyway, so I just go through here.
Yeah, I was going to say the illogical thing about it is there are barriers closed on the other side with a ticket office man, but you can cross over the bridge over there and you just come here and you can just go in. It's really random. Yeah, you've got all your basic amenities.
There's also, if you go over here this way, here, it's the thing like sort of the odd occasion of like a Tamper TRV train or
Yeah.
an engineering train that could put in like a siding here.
So they put it in through here.
Or what they used to do is with the shorter trains they could put them in here. But not
So yeah, it's an engineering place.
because there's only always 4 or 6 cars.
Indeed. Pretty cool. So they can hold trains here, but I can't imagine it happens too often where they hold stuff here. Yeah, I thought so. Right, anyway, we'll move on. I'll update you soon. This is Greystones. Right, so an idea of the service pattern you get here at Greystones. So you have 2 trains per hour, so it's every 30 minutes, between here and Howth via or Malahide via Bray, Daly and Dublin Connolly. 4 trains per day to Rosslare Europort via Arklow. 1 train per day to Wexford, Elhamrahan via Arklow. 4 trains per day to Dublin Connolly via Bray. Is it Bray Daly? Yeah, sorry, Bray Daly, not Bray or Day and Daly. It's Bray Daly and Dublin Connolly. And 4 trains per day to Dublin Connolly via Bray Daly. And they're south of Greystones, so they come from like Gorey or Rosslare. And there's 1 train per day to Dundalk, which we actually got off of at Killcoole, which was the Dundalk service. And 2 trains per hour also terminate here. Also, a known fact about this station is that the Darts electrified rail network actually started in 1987, but trains here, the Dart network, didn't actually start until 2000. This was the furthest they've gone since then, but it didn't start until 2000. The construction was completed in 1999, and then they opened up in 2000.
There used to be a shuttle that ran from Bray, hence the Bay platform.
Yeah.
Bray. So it just used to be a shuttle.
So yeah, it used to be Bray to Howth/Malahide, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then there was a 2-car shuttle train that ran to here, and then the Rosslare stuff and Wexford stuff as well.
Fair enough. But yeah, so that is the little bit of history that is here. I was right, that building there is a former station house as well, which now sort of is built in with a cafe and ticket office, so that's helpful. But yeah, this station actually reminds me, it kind of gives me the vibe of somewhere that's a station on the line between Edinburgh and Dunbar. Like, it's one of those like little stations. It reminds me of like Musselburgh, Wallingford, or not Prestonpans, but Musselburgh, Wallingford. Gives you that vibe just because of the area around it, by the sea. It's electrified. You don't get, you know, it just reminds me of a station around there, like the coastal part of sort of Scotland. It's pretty cool. Anyway, I'll update you soon. The next station we're going to is Rathdrum, which sounds like a heavy metal band. I'll update you soon. Okay, now arriving into Greystones. This is a terminating service from Howth, which is actually formed of an 81 Class 8 1000, I believe. It is. I think it's 81, I'm going to say 81305, because that's all I can think of it being. So this is one of the older trains that they use, and this was actually one of the trains that came into service when the Dart line opened. It's 81340 on the rear. I think. Oh, it's 3 units together. It's 81312 on the very rear. It's 3 of them to make 6 coaches, 2 coaches each. That's cool. So yeah, there we go. We'll see that one go out shortly. It's terminating from Howth. Right, so the part out now. It's going to be the service to Howth. Right, guys, it's prank time, right? Or at least reaction time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch the clip on in just a minute, and I'm going to walk over to Noah, because I know how you pronounce it. It's Howth. But I'm going to walk over to him and say Howth. Let's let's see what his reaction will be, because I'm going to ask him. He just confirmed that went to Half. I'm going to ask him, see what he says. Let's see what happens. Right, here we go with the little challenge. Let's see if it works. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pretend to be mid-sentence, and then, yeah, let's go with that. So the dart train, that's just headed out on the 10:04 service. I just need to double check on that one. Noah, it's going to Half, isn't it?
Yeah, they alternate. You can see on the timetable there, it's Malahide next, then another Hope, and then Malahide.
Going to Half. I know it's pronounced Hof.
Well, I just realised.
Anyway, update you soon, guys. Okay, we've got another dart train coming in. This is a 86 class, terminating in. This one's going to be forming service to Malahide. It's 86636. This is one of the more or less newer ones that have come in. They sound like adventurers. 86640 is the route. They actually sound like adventurers, even though they don't look half as new as they do. There we go. It's terminated in. And our train in a minute, the 10:31 to Rosslare Europort, which we're taking to Rathdrum, will be here shortly. Excuse me. So yeah, generally speaking, a 10-coach train, looks like. 5 coaches on each. Is it 5? 4 coaches on each, 8 coaches. I couldn't count. Yeah, so there we go.
3-piece fucking hill.
Right, arriving in now is going to be the 10:31 service to Rosslare Europort. It is 22349, 249 even. Sorry, whatever. 22249. We're going to take this to Rathdrum and update you when we get there. Right, we've now reached Rathdrum station with 22249 ready to make its way out in just a moment, and we'll wait for it to leave and then talk more about the station. Right, going out now is 22249. So this station, another passing loop on the Rosslare branch.
Never gets used though.
Yeah, doesn't ever get used, as Noah said. And there is a little siding which I presume also never gets used, because it looks like it's filled with moss. So that's fun.
I think there was one time where they stored number 85 Merlin, which is, for anyone that doesn't know, the RPSI steam loader that runs down with the RPSI's Dublin operations base, which is in Connolly Sheds. At the moment she's just passed her annual test thing or whatever she has to do. But yeah, she failed for doing a tour down here once because she's not suited for this line. She always has problems. She's more suited for mainline stuff because she used to work the Enterprise back in the day.
Right.
So they put her in here while they wait for a replacement loco to come through, I think.
And they put in that siding over there, sounds like. So yeah, the outside of the station looks interesting. There's smashed windows everywhere. That's fun. Anyway, so yeah, this station,
I don't remember.
maybe, yeah, looks like it. Anyway, we'll talk more about the station shortly, but yeah, this is Rathdrum, which also, by the way, I'm going to repeat, sounds like a heavy metal band. Right, so have a look at this. This is horrendous. This absolute state of a shelter. Obviously, so if you look at the bench, just messy everywhere. Just look at it. Obviously hasn't been painted, looked after in a very long time. So yeah, not great. Station has step-free access, which is helpful. A little footbridge that leads across to the other platform. Noah, do they use both platforms or do they just use one? Like in terms of like if the train comes back from Rosslare, does it go into that one or does it come here? It goes into one. They just use one, do they?
Normally.
Okay, so yeah, it's just the one platform in operation.
Easier and more convenient.
Fair.
If there's no other reason to use one, then they'll stick on two if they're doing like track work. But they'll normally use one because it's the easiest and most convenient. It's obviously up there.
Yeah.
The exit slash entrance sort of thing. The line will have to cross over.
Yeah, could be a big pain. Fair enough. Right, we'll update you. The next station we're going to, I believe, I'm just trying to remember, is Wexford, I believe.
No, I believe it's Arklow.
No, it's Arklow, that's right, it's Arklow. Sorry, my fault. Yeah, we're getting a bread van, potentially. Oh yeah, we're going to Arklow next, which sounds like something off Narnia. Anyway, update you soon. Right, so looking over the bridge here, just outside Rathdrum station. It looks
Not drum.
That's what I just said, Rathdrum. So as you can see, it's a single track line that leads all the way along. It looks like it goes through almost a valley, which is really nice.
Yeah, as well. Going down there, it's like kind of like valleys and stuff. And then you have Wooden Bridge Golf Club as well, which you pass through, where there used to be a station for obviously the golfers, but that closed many years ago.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of desolate, and it's really like the platforms are like this big now.
Really?
But it is quite a nice little bit of line. It is.
It's beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
The views you can get. It's a good spawning location I use for when I spot the RPSI rail tour trains. As they come down.
You come over here.
It's a lovely place to go.
Rathdrum. It's well worth it.
Oh no, I'm talking about Wooden Bridge.
Oh, Wooden Bridge. Okay, fair enough.
There's some photos you can look at. They're on Google or whatever. So.
Fair enough. But yeah, no, it's beautiful area, and we're gonna go. We've got a couple of hours here actually, because we were gonna get 2 buses, but we decided, and Noah's suggestion as well, we were gonna use Wexford bus, and Wexford bus are actually quite expensive. Big thumbs down from Noah. So we're just gonna use local link and get to Arklow when it comes back around.
My child fares for about a 25-minute journey is £6.50. The local link on my leave card is £1.10.
Yeah, so we're just gonna do that then. Right, I'll update you soon. Right, so just had a couple of hours where we just had a bit of a break and had some food and whatever toward the little village that is Rathdrum. Now we're just at the bus stop. We're waiting for the 183. Now this bus here, the 133, which is operated by Bus Eireann, is not going to be our bus. It will be coming up here shortly, so we should get some footage of that. The 183 is a local link bus, which should be formed of what we know as a bread van. Mercedes-Benz Sprinter, probably.
Mr. Darragh Bryan, you know who you are.
So, yeah.
Bread van himself.
So yeah, we will be going onto that over to Arklow. So that should be good. I've not been on any sort of Sprinter van for ages, so this will be very different. Anyway, I'll update you shortly when something turns up Something turns up in a minute. There's Noah. Okay, we've got a bus turning up now. I think it's the 133L, which is heading over to Wicklow. And it's formed of a double-decker VDL, operated by Bus Eireann in the Transport for Ireland livery.
Oh, it's A15 again. We had the system.
Oh, did we?
Pretty sure we did, yeah.
Oh, interesting. We had this one yesterday going back from our trip yesterday. Interesting. There it goes. LF815. Heading over to Wicklow.
new favourite course they're going to go simple?
I actually think they're really nice. I've been on them many times and they're amazing.
Not many times. That was your
Twice.
Twice.
Twice, and they were both times were amazing. Where's that one from? If it goes from Wicklow, it's come from. It's come from Arklow going to Wicklow.
Twice a day. That's the next one's later this evening, like 7.
Oh, is it?
That's the last one.
Okay, fair enough. Right, we're now gonna wait for the other 133 to turn up, and then our bus, the 183. Update you soon. Right, so we're on board our bus now, which is a little van, almost a bread van. Taking us to Arklow. It's got USB ports that don't actually work, and a pull-down table, which is very different but very nice. So ticket machine ain't working, so I'll update you when we get to Arklow on this. Right, so we've now reached Arklow station, which is over here. We've got a train arriving in too, just over here, heading over to Dublin. So here's the station, and arriving in should be 22249 again.
Have you got everything there?
Yeah, it is. Heading to Dublin Connolly. So we'll see this one go out in a moment. Right, the partner now is 22249, heading out off to Dublin Connolly from Rosslare Europort. There that one goes. So this station we're at now is Arklow, which is quite a nice station actually. Yeah, pretty cool station actually. We'll update you more on the station shortly. So just a quick word on this station. So it is located in the town of Arklow, which is in County Wicklow. This station has had an incident happen on 3rd of October 1979. There was a head-on collision between a passenger train and a freight train. 29 people were injured. No deaths, but there were injuries. Station is actually one of the only ones on this line that's actually staffed full time. There's a gentleman on the platform who dispatches the trains here, which is pretty cool. So the station looks very much looked after. It looks a bigger one than some of the others that we've been to, but yeah, it holds its little facts. It's obviously got 3 trains, and it's not got too many trains actually in the grand scheme of things. It's got excuse me, got hiccups. Yeah, it's got 5 trains to do to Dublin, 5 trains to do to Dublin Connolly, 4 trains per day to Rosslare, 1 train per day to Wexford, which goes to Wexford only, and then 4 trains per day to Dublin on a Saturday, 3 trains per day to Rosslare on a Saturday, and then 3 trains in each direction on a Sunday. So it's got plenty of trains on a Sunday, which is good. 6 trains total station, which I was actually quite surprised by when I saw the infrequency on any other day. But yeah. What else is there? Yeah, that's about it about this station, Arklow. But we'll be back here shortly, and we'll be getting our train to the next station on the plan today, which will be Wexford, and we'll update you soon. Arriving in now is the 15:15 Irish Rail service to Rosslare Europort, 22254. This will be our train to the next station, where we're going to, which is going to be Gorey, so I'll update you soon. But the plan now is going to be the service to Rosslare. We're at Gorey now. It's 22,254, they're heading out, so there it goes. So this station here is Gorey. Not actual, this video does not contain any blood and guts. The station is actually called Gorey, G-O-R-E-Y. So no, it's not Saw, it's not Friday the 13th, it's not Nightmare on Elm Street. And the station isn't gory in any way, it's just called Gorey. So yes, I'll update you more in a minute. So this station is Gorey. This station is another passing loop on the line, but again doesn't see a lot of action in terms of passing loop action, to be honest. Like a lot of stations on this line, they have 2 platforms, but a lot of the stretch beyond Gorey apparently is single track, so we might see a bit more of that as sort of it goes on. So from Dublin to Wexford, most of the line and Rosslare is single track, with passing loops at some of the stations, including this one. There is also this, which is a water tower. Now this is sometimes used by steam trains if they come down and they need to fill up with water. They'll come here and they'll use that thing there to fill up. The last time a steam train came over here, I'm not too sure, but it's there and it's an old water tower. It's still in use. Now I can actually pronounce the Irish version of this station. It's Gula, or Gura, something like that. That's how you say it. I managed to pick that one up from the announcement. It's quite an easy one, but it is called Gorey in English. The station also was featured in a poem. Now, I'm not obviously, I don't know the poem, but it was by someone called Liz O'Donoghue, and it was from the 80s, called Trains of Gorey. It's the only form of popular culture that this station's really had. So it's obviously, I don't know, just worth a little mention about anything that really distinguishes this station from its other ones in Ireland and on this line. So there's a little siding over there as well. Now the reason that is there is because in the morning there is a train that goes from Gorey, and it starts at Gorey and well, comes to Gorey anyway, and then goes back, I think, or does an empty move, I'm not too sure, but there is a siding over there for that. So yeah, that is the station, and that's the stuff about it. Like I say, it's nice enough. It's got a couple of interesting facts to it. We were just saying, Noah, about the water tower behind you.
Yeah.
It's used by steam trains occasionally when they come over here. Yeah, I thought so. And I think
a few of these on the line, but this is one of the ones that stand, and this is one that gets used.
yeah, I thought so. So yeah, that's the station in a nutshell. And the next station we're visiting is Wexford. So we'll update you a little bit later on with what we're doing with that. Right, next station we reached is Wexford. So we're going to head inside now. It's very busy in here. So here we are. Take you in a minute. So this little station here is Wexford. It's one platform and serves the town of Wexford. It's quite a bigger, busier place. It actually has its own bus network, Wexford Bus. And interestingly for Ireland, operates with E200s, which I've not seen a single one, Eclipse Urbans, and also Volvo B8s, RLE, MCV Avoras. Also the Bus Eireann Scanias and Volvos, they run here too, mostly the Scanias, on various buses. Outside there, one of the red ones you can just about see in distance is the 385, which is a once a week bus to Rosslare Harbour, which goes via Rosslare Europort station. So yeah, that is the station itself. Well, that one there. So one track, there's a second track over there that leads into a siding, but it looks really well kept actually for what it is. So yeah, but we'll talk more about the station and some facts shortly. So a couple of facts about the station. So it is another one that is fully staffed. So there is actually a difference here with this one, is that there is actually a member of staff at the sort of entrance way to the platform. He checks your ticket before you actually get on here, so they just stand there and check. The other thing to note is that these sidings, or that particular one there, was used sort of relatively recently, so it's not too sure what for, but it was used recently, is what I read about. Another thing to note about the station is that it was named, so the official name of it is Wexford Eireann, I think that's how you say it, and it was named actually after Michael Eireann, which was one of the this is a bit of history, executed leaders of the Easter Rising in 1916. It's a bit of Irish history, I think. So that is part of the name Wexford Eireann, but everyone just knows the station as Wexford. It's in the main town centre, so there's 13 bus Erin routes and a few Wexford bus routes that just operate local buses, and a circular route that goes through the town, which is an E200 normally. So yeah, that's the station. That's very busy here, so I'm not going to talk for too long. There's not much else to see other than this very lovely catenary. But yeah, that's Wexford, and the next station we're going to is Enniscorthy, so I'll update you soon. Okay, now arriving in is the 1755 Irish rail service from Rosslare Europort to Dublin Connolly. So return of 22254. Now, fun fact, Lois just said, it's a 5 mile per hour speed limit coming from Rosslare, or coming from that direction to get in here. 5 miles per hour, and that's not because of a speed restriction or anything like that. It's 5 miles per hour because it's going next to a quay. So yeah, very interesting. Anyway, I'll update you when we get to Enniscorthy. Okay, we've now reached the next station on today's plan, Enniscorthy. And 22254 is here, and we're going to see it go out in just a moment. Right, there goes 22254, heading out on the slightly delayed 1815 Irish rail service to Dublin Connolly. It's now beginning to rain, and I'm glad it's only started to rain now, because that's a good thing. Anyway, the station is Enniscorthy. The station has a bit of history to it as well. First of all, the station again was opened in the 1860s. There was also an accident here which happened with a steam loco. It was a long while ago now, but it was where number 17 Wicklow left with a cattle special, and unfortunately when it went through the station it went over a wall and down a bank. It didn't injure anybody, and the driver was the only one injured, but the driver did it, you know, stay by his post and stay with the cattle so it didn't escape, and everything was sort of okay in the end. Managed to transport them over. But yeah, it was a interesting sort of incident. You'd hear, you know, a bit of a nostalgia, but that's kind of almost a tank engine-esque story you'd hear about crashing, maybe not hauling the cattle, but certainly crashing into something with cattle already there. So kind of opposites there. I just remember that as a kid, seeing similar things to that on TV with that show. So anyway, so it actually became one of Ireland's most famous rail accidents, and it was here at Enniscorthy where it happened. Opened in 1863, and originally there was also a turntable behind the second platform, which was used during the building of the tunnel under Enniscorthy town. So yes, that was also there too, but obviously not anymore. Yeah, update you shortly. Something else notable about this station, which I find quite fascinating, is right next to me here is a little glass hut, and inside there is actually three doors actually. One is for the member of staff, which is the furthest door along there. The second one I'm not sure, but the first one, actually the first one probably leads into it. It looks like potentially a station master's house or someone's house, because they're watching TV in there, which is quite interesting.
The building inside,
yeah, so it's probably a house or some sort of thing that's built into the station. And you can, when you're on the platform, you can actually look into their living room and see what they're watching on TV. They're watching the news when we walk past, but obviously I'm not going to record that on video because that would be a bit weird. But yeah, you can actually see it as you walk past and just sort of look into the through the window. It's amazing, really. But yeah, there's a sign here which is quite fascinating, which advertises a parcel office. Now this was probably when mail trains were a thing, or not even that, maybe just, yeah, it might actually have been when old cargo was coming through, or mail trains. Did you ever have mail trains here, Noah? Noah? Did you ever have mail trains here? Like post trains and stuff?
A while back.
I'm just wondering if that parcel office sign is...
Not for a long time.
Yeah. Quite an old sign though, so maybe it had something to do with that.
Freight ceased before, or just after the 2000s.
Ah, okay. Fair enough. So more or less, not anymore. So quite a long time ago, really. Anyway, so what we're going to do now is we're going to hang about for our train. The next station we're going to is Rosslare Strand, the second before last station of today, and then finally Rosslare Europort right at the end. But this is Enniscorthy done. Quite a fascinating station. So, but we'll update you when our train arrives to take us to Rosslare Strand. Right, arriving into Enniscorthy now is going to be the 1855 Irish Rail service to Rosslare Europort, which we're taking to Rosslare Strand. This one is going to be 22223. This one's a 4-coach. Okay. Update you shortly with when we get to Rosslare Strand. Right, now reached Rosslare Strand station, and 22223 is just here ready to go. The station, one platform, no, it's two platforms actually, I believe, but I'm not too sure what's used and what isn't. But we'll have a look anyway. Update you in a minute. Right, partner now is going to be the service 1935 to Rosslare Europort. So, welcome to Rosslare Strand. Now, not stranded, don't worry. This station is the main station within the town centre of Rosslare. Rosslare Europort, which is the final station along the line we'll be going to shortly, and is also where we're staying tonight. So, we've got a nice B&B, which is located just down from the station, so quite handy. And it was quite cheap too, which was helpful. But yeah, so this station, I wonder if Noah knows much about Rosslare.
Well, this station is, if you can see down there by the 3 red lights,
Yep.
This is the junction, or was the junction, for the old line to Waterford via Willington Bridge.
Okay, when did that close?
Ooh, you're testing my knowledge here. I've forgotten. I reckon it was, I want to say 2002. I can't remember.
So early, could say just early 2000s, within the 2000s.
Well, Well, they are looking at reopening it or rebringing it back.
Oh, really?
For like potential freight and probably passing if it gets enough. Well, let's just say votes for it.
Or funding, yeah.
Exactly.
The funding is the key bit. But yes, I also admire the...
Given the fact they're Rosslare and they're both pretty large port towns.
Okay.
So that's just cities, so it'd be decent freight.
Yeah, I'm sure it would be handy, especially because you say the town isn't, you know, very good in the sense of connection or anything like that. The other thing, there's a half-assed shelter over there. Kind of looks like someone hasn't finished it. It looks like a hut. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's finished. Someone coming back to finish it. Anyway, so yeah, we'll talk more about the station soon if there's any facts, but for now we're going to go get some dinner and wait for our train to Rosslare Europort. So just at Rosslare Strand still now. We're just going to have some dinner. We had some lovely fish and chips, didn't we?
Yeah.
Very nice. Noah's looking up for the train, so we've just heard the horn for it. This one is actually going to be formed another one of the what was it, 29,000 sets, which
for anyone that doesn't know, on my little book of timetable stuff they have, we can tell you how and where it comes from, but it's undisclosed. Connolly's booked time.
so
This
yeah,
will then this will then stable in Rosslare overnight and do the 5:25. It's well over 4.5 hours.
and that's what we got this morning to kill. What was it, Killcoole? So
Killcoole.
right, here's the train, 29108. Sorry about the clip cut out. We did mention Killcoole in that. We're saying we got one of these to Killcoole this morning. Update you when we get to Rosslare Europort. Right, we've just made it to Rosslare Europort. This is the terminus of the line, and now we have done the line. Buzzing. Absolutely brilliant. It is a bit windy, but it was certainly had a much earlier finish compared to what Monday's was like. So, because on Monday we got back to Limerick at like 11:15. So
11, we were 15 minutes early.
yeah, well, about 11 odd o'clock. Anyway, so this is the station, and here is the other 22,000, which is now stabled up ready for the night. Will not be going anywhere else tonight. 22223, the 4 car, along with 29108 right there, which will also be stabling somewhere, and we'll do the first train to Dundalk tomorrow,
Yeah.
which Noah said takes about 5 or so hours.
Doesn't get until like 10 past 10.
Yeah, 5:55 off here. Long time. Just under 5 hours. Anyway, talk more about the station in a second before we finish up. So it's very chilly here, but this is Rosslare Europort. So the station itself is, again, this is the start point for basically all the trains, except for like maybe 1 or 2 which one starts at Gorey, I believe, and that's it, one starts at Gorey, and then I think one also goes to Wexford.
No, the Wexford train will stable in Wexford overnight and then go empty to Gorey to form the Gorey train.
I thought there was also one train a day to Wexford.
Yes, that's the last train.
That's what I mean.
And then that will stable in Wexford, and then in the morning
And
we'll
go to
empty
Gorey.
to form
I'm with
service.
you. Okay, I'm with you. Well, there we go then, as Noah's just correctly said there. So, the southern terminus of the Dublin-Rosslare railway line, this one is. But a couple other facts about the station. So the station has a runaround loop. There is a turntable used on occasions by steam locos, which is over that way where Noah's pointing. And yeah, there's just a waiting shelter, a small car park, and that's about it. It's not great. but it is about an 8-minute walk actually from the actual ferry terminal, so we're not actually going to go there because we need to get to our hotel. But I will mention the ferry terminal because I want to make reference to my West Wales video and talk about Fishguard, because this is where the ferry, when I talked about at Fishguard, this is where it comes to Rosslare. So we're now here on the other side, in Ireland's side, and the engine's just gone off. So with that in mind, it is going to be a quick flying visit here to this station, but I want to thank you all for watching today's video from the Dublin to Rosslare line on every platform, Ireland. If you have liked what you've seen, please do like and subscribe, and do leave any comments because I will get back to them as and when I can. And any recommendations are welcome, so do leave those in the comments. Of course, Irish Transport Enthusiast, massive thanks to him. He's joined for all 3 trips and has been a brilliant source of information, so he's been very helpful. Anyway, I best leave before the gate closes, but the next episode of Every Platform, we're back in England for a Cheshire Day Ranger, and then we'll be in Northern Ireland, so we'll be back to do another part of Ireland very soon. Thank you for watching, guys, and I will see you in Cheshire. Bye.